Welcome back, ladies and gents. It's the end of the week and a very important day, potentially, in British history, inadvertently. Why? Well, we had local elections for local councillors and also for mayors in certain towns in the UK. For the first time in history, Reform won a mayoral contest. They now have a mayor. There is a Reform Party mayor. And I'm not talking about a horse, ladies and gents. Oh no. More importantly, they took enough councillors across the country from the Labour Party and the Conservative Party to claim with a high degree of legitimacy that they are now the official party of opposition here in the United Kingdom. This is a big deal, people, whichever way you look at it. Doesn't matter if you're pro, anti, whatever. It's a big deal, trust me. This is why all of these people have spontaneously appeared on our lovely bridge to celebrate. I mean, they probably haven't, but one never really knows. I'm actually genuinely surprised. I got a heads up yesterday that our favourite ball and cup people were back. However, unless it's late in the afternoons, they're not here. On the contrary, to be honest, it's just normal folk going about their business. A beautiful day, again, super hot, folks. Just a tad off yesterday. Yesterday, however, a new record was set. It was the hottest start to May in British history, okay? Ever. I'm not talking about, in the last week, last month, the last whatever. Ever in history. No time ever has the 1st of May been hotter than it was yesterday. So I really wasn't imagining just how annoyingly sweaty and uncomfortable it was, people. It really was a complete and utter nightmare yesterday. Today, to be fair, is actually not a lot better, but I've made it pretty much all the way along. There's no one here. In fact, not even the usual picture sellers and the rest of it. Not a single scammer inside. So I don't know, let's possibly they come out in the afternoons. A bit disappointed, guys. I was kind of looking for let's say a little bit of conflict, but that's the wrong word. No one actively wants to seek conflict. It's more about kind of seeking, I don't know, a way to wind them up, but we can't do that if they're not here. Unfortunately. However, they will be back. I mean, it's kind of appropriate though to be including the Palace of Westminster, because I can really foresee the way we're going, folks, that we're going to end up with a bit of a surprise come election time. Now, the only issue we've encountered is how am I going to get back toward Parliament Square? What a squash, look at this. Squasharoo, people. Big time. Whoa. I can't remember actually, was it not last Friday that the Palace Guard change was cancelled? And we had somebody tell us that they were not having any more Friday changes. I mean, I hope I'm mistaken or I'm not recollecting properly, but goodness gracious. That said, would it explain this many people this far from the palace? Probably not. In all honesty, we've got a lot of kind of shocked Pikachu tourist faces that look kind of like, wait, why are there so many people here? I mean, I'm genuinely surprised myself. Why are there so many people here? It's a working day, for goodness sake. It's also not a holiday. So it's somewhat surprising, ladies and gents, that these kind of numbers are everywhere. I kind of feel like a rat probably feels in the catacombs of Paris, in all likelihood, because look at the squash, like what on earth is going on? Parisian catacombs, guys, yep, that's the feeling I'm getting. And I'm being super careful not to push too hard, because a lot of people, they're sort of, I wouldn't say shoving intentionally, it's a bit of to and fro. Problem is, a lot of people have got children. My goodness, I would not bring my kids of any age, ladies and gents, any age at all, to this central area at any point of the week. I really would not do it. It is a horrible depressingly busy mush. A tourist soup, I think, is the best way to describe it. Just waiting for... Actually, you know what? Hold on, this gent's got the right idea. Yeah, let's risk it. Otherwise, we're honestly going to be stuck there with a zillion people for most of the day, folks. Okay, we made it through. Yes, guys, it is moderately risky. The road's blocked to my left, so we're good. Repent and accept Jesus. I'm not sure if that message is directed at Comrade Starmer. Right, so actually, wait, this way is going to be more sensible. Oh my lord. That was completely... Whoop, almost bashed into the DPD delivery driver. That was completely insane, that squash. The thing is, at some point, I'm going to guess there'll have to be some kind of crowd control potential on the bridge. Simply by virtue of there not actually being enough space, people could end up getting pushed over into the river. Trouble is, a lot of people stop here, as you can see. Why are they stopping? Well, for that, folks, that's why they're stopping. So, I mean, it's kind of understandable why there is such a tourist soup in this area all the time. Now, you think this is bad? This weekend's going to be even worse. Not only is Monday a bank holiday, that's why we've got the VE Day parade and so on, but two very major central London tube lines are closed all weekend. Oh yes, the entire weekend, folks, which obviously is not a particularly wonderful thing. Great timing by TfL. So a lot of people are going to be semi-stranded. If you kind of live out of the sticks but near us, like a zone 3 or zone 4 tube station, your chances of getting into London are greatly diminished. Oh my goodness, here we go again. We've got another soup, guys. Even the traffic is solid. Something might have happened, possibly. I wonder if they have started introducing slow closures or have limited access to parts of Whitehall whilst they're barriering it, ready for Monday. As I was leaving yesterday off the essays video, because it was quite late comparatively, or compared to how I normally shoot, there were already a lot of crews constructing gantries for the BBC and World Press along Whitehall. Now, if that continued all night, which it might well have done, I can understand why there might be a bit of disruption. I'm not even going to attempt to go near the phone boxes. Oh, the pro-EU lot group, who also obviously are extremely anti-reform, are not here today. That's a shame. I would actually really like to ask Steve Bray if he was delighted about the democratic wishes of the British people being respected. But sadly, we don't have the option. That's the 1:45 bell. Yep, 1:45. Oh my goodness me, folks, look at this. What is going on? Ladies with fans and so on. Funnily enough, it doesn't feel that hot. I mean, it is hot, but it doesn't feel like anywhere near as oppressively hot as yesterday. The more people that just sort of stand around to get pictures, the more the block and squashing increases. I mean, I'm not even sure how we're going to get through this. Like, what the flip is going on? I would have thought we'd get this many people outside IKEA yesterday on Oxford Street when it opened. I mean, I can't actually get... Okay, you know what? Unless we push, we're not going anywhere. Why is Whitehall so backed up, I wonder? I can't see, looking behind me, anything at all going on Parliament Square. Right, finally we're out of it. Oh, wow. But yes, there is a lot of traffic. In fact, the police horse box is about to come along here shortly as well. I think it'll be on the other side of the road. I do like trying to get a little sneak peek of the horse through the small windows. Right, what am I expecting today? Whew. Where to begin? Lifeguards are back for the weekend. Now, one thing I don't yet know, and interestingly enough, it seems no one knows, is whether there'll be a mounted guard on Monday. What I mean by that is we've got the parade. The parade is leaving a certain destination heading toward the palace. It will likely pass horse guards but not traverse it, apparently. Then again, who knows? I can't really see them going through horse guards with that enormous stage being constructed. It just seems highly improbable. Right, let's skip the red line. Very popular pub here, folks. People out drinking, it's not even noon. I mean, like, what? I'm being super careful, hold on. To not die between here and horse guards. Actually, wait, I need to be very cautious right now. Even the Lime bikesters are not prepared to wait this morning. Okay, people patiently waiting to cross. In fact, they're so well behaved. I mean, there's no traffic at all, so I'm not really sure what they're waiting for, but I guess self-discipline is never a bad thing. I should try and get some one day. Now, I'm not expecting any protests today, I can tell you that. Doesn't mean they won't happen. One, there are no police visible anywhere at the moment yet. We can always tell something's going to go on because it's kind of scattered. And there's nothing on the calendar. There are protests scheduled for this weekend. What a surprise. Kelsa, please. Yes, protests this weekend. How unusual, you're probably all thinking. There was an interesting outtake yesterday. It was going to be a bit of a part 2. It's an outtake. I still don't know if I'll publish it. I'll think about it, maybe on the new channel. Police horses were standing on the pavement as there was a little bit of a medical issue with somebody over near the Raffles Hotel. And it was actually really cute to see them just kind of, how to say this, it's almost like they were aware that the person was, you know, in a certain state of, actually I wouldn't say distress because I wouldn't have filmed it. They were already receiving medical attention, they were on their feet. Heat exhaustion would have been my guess, and there was already a medic with an emergency supplies kit. I really hope we're going to make it to horse guards by noon. I mean, this is just ridiculous. But you could see the way the horses sort of walked onto the pavement with the officers. They were kind of sensitively aware that something was awry. How on earth are we going to make it past here is what I'm wondering right now. No, wait, I think I found a shortcut. Hold on, here we go, guys. Let's get ourselves out of here. It's a bit naughty to squeeze through the gaps in the barriers, but you know what? It's either that or spend the whole flipping day stuck in this mush. Even the delivery guy can't get himself in for a second. Wow. Super plants. Oh, great. Now they need to check his paperwork to make sure Mr. Super Plant is actually not a super plant. Gosh, it seems like every tourist group ever decided to come out at the same time. Oh, I didn't think the farmers were back yet. There's a farmer alone. I'm on the wrong side of the barrier, so I'm kind of trapped for the moment, but it doesn't continue past horse guards, so this is probably the smart option for now. Thank you to the... Actually, I like that comment. The person that points that in the comments that the temperature measuring device is a thermometer. Wow. I never heard of that word before. It's a new one in my vocabulary. So I appreciate the feedback. It's a little bit more advanced than a thermometer. But I did like that comment. 1 second. Oh, hold on. Great. Now the flipping bus is coming at the exact second that I need to get past. Hold on. Okay, part of the reason that everything's a big squash is this building work that's going on here. I think I could just fit through this gap. Unless the bus empties all of its passengers right in front of me. Nope, it's off. Oh, you know what, I'm not going to risk walking on the public highway there. It's just too exposed. Oh, look, they built this nice sort of shady area. Isn't that considerate? I wish they'd build one of these out the front of horse cars. To keep the sunshine off my head and off that of the horses. If they have cancelled the palace guard change this morning, or if there hasn't been a palace guard change, in other words, if there wasn't supposed to be one because it was already kind of pre-cancelled, everyone's going to be here, and that's obviously going to be absolute chaos. secretly hoping Ormond isn't out, simply because if he is out, he'll be leaving shortly. But based on what we saw previously this week, I would say it's quite likely he is in the box, in all honesty. If I were a betting man. Well, he's not in this box, I can tell you that. Oh my gosh, look at the numbers here. What the flipping hell? That is crazy, guys. Hey, look at it. Whoa. Police are asking the trooper if all is well. I guess because of the sheer numbers. I don't even want to try and get into the crowd yet. I just want to observe it because it's completely and utterly bonkers. This trooper, however, is going to make sure the box stays clear. We've seen him before. He's always on it. No issues at all with keeping his box clear of peasantry. Obviously, we've got some of the tallest people in London just happen to be in this area in front of us today, which is bad luck, but not really surprising, I guess. What the flip? People bringing little teeny babies here. I don't even know how the gatesman would manage with these kind of numbers. It's mind-boggling. Like absolutely mind-boggling, guys. In all honesty, I mean, this is the best spot. This is the the best spot for the moment. I'm also noticing, rather wonderfully, a certain very popular, in fact exceedingly popular MOD officer we haven't seen in months is back on duty in the yard, folks. Wow, wow, wow. And that's a surprise. Yeah, star of many very popular videos. He had been kind of out and about, but almost exclusively doing undercover work in the crowds here and in the royal parks. To be fair, guys, everyone's doing a great job of avoiding the box. Look at it. On what is a boiling morning. Now that we're here and in the sunshine, yeah, it's pretty sweaty. It's actually hard to get the horse on the box in the frame. You can tell actually this guy's forehead. Look, oh, we missed it. His forehead is like Niagara Falls, except it has more water on it. Yeah, that's the humidity problem. We are going to end up with some bobbing heads, folks, sadly. I'm not actually sure if I will head into the yard for a dismount. We got a couple of very clean dismounts already in yesterday's video and in the day before, on Wednesday. The reason I'm saying that is already a lot of people heading over to the magic corner. Okay, I'm not sure if you can see them, but just beyond the box, there are already people forming up on that corner. The other side is flipping jammed already, so I mean, look at them all, just inside the gate. So I'm kind of thinking to myself, that probably wouldn't be the smartest move. Let's see how we go, folks. Plus, Mr. Mond is not here. Well, he's not here yet. Oh, how's about that? Should make sure I'm behind the bollards with my feet and the camera. Love it. He's got a kind of powerful voice actually, without needing to shout. Raised voice is enough. Goodness gracious me. Okay, we made the right decision, plus there's no way I'm risking him shouting at me in front of all the cameras. The thing is, I wonder if any of these other tourists are going to get a little bit closer and get told to move back as well. I'm thinking the guard change at the palace was cancelled. No?
Yeah, it's cancelled.
Oh man, this is just ridiculous. You can't even move around. Up there, it is crazy how many people there are.
Get very busy next week. 3 days.
Not only that, tomorrow and on Sunday, half the tube is closed. So it's just going to be completely mental. Oh look, even to kids. Oh dear. Oh.
Okay.
This bro's having a bit of a discussion with the police about whether or not he's allowed into the yard. Oh my goodness me, what the flip? Whose kid is that? What the flip? I can't even see who the parents are. Italian family. Like, what? What the flip? Look at this at the other end, folks. Look, loads more. People just standing kind of aimlessly. They don't even know what they're doing. Look. That's the officer I was talking about. Good to see him back. He'll clear the front pretty quick. Oh my god, people are stepping on my flipping shoes and feet. What on earth? Guys, I'm suffering today for all of us. I'm very keen to see which trooper is going to come out next at this end. I've also spotted a very familiar face. I'm not going to zoom in. Just a teeny weeny bit so you can see them. 2 troopers in the tunnel. One on the left, who's just gone back in again, is the start of the watering the horses videos. Right, so the front is clear for the moment. I'm not sure if it's going to stay like this. Trouble is they're already edging closer. Oh, this bro cannot make his mind up. Is he in, out, in, out? Look. Now he's quit. Oh my goodness. The key thing is going to be that surge, folks. After
Someone take your position.
what happened?
Yeah, someone take your spot.
Oh, I was always thinking to myself, it's not worth going in the yard at all this morning, though. Just way too many people. Plus, that corner is super flipping hot to stand and film it. Way too hot. Is this why everybody gets on this corner now? Because it's the only place that's got some shade.
Yeah.
It's like a little. Oh goodness. The only shaded spot, folks, in front of this box. Oh my goodness me. Some people are giving up and actually leaving the yard because it's too busy. And to be quite honest, it's probably too hot. I'll just keep an eye on the phone because part 2 from yesterday should be published shortly. Actually, I should have gone into the yard, to be fair, guys. If I was super smart. I mean, any minute the bell's going to ring. There it is. Bing bong. Right. The trooper that's coming out now into this box and his horse, they've got no idea what awaits them. I mean, they're going to know it's busy, but they're not going to know it's anything like this busy. The crowd behind me goes all the way back to the public highway. Right, who have we got coming out? Looks like Zorb's on the right. Can't see the one on the left yet. Goodness me. So, look at this.
Ragazzi! Ragazzi! Venite qua dove sono io, che mi vedete bene.
Ragazzi what? Look at my pockets zipped up this morning, folks. Guarantee there are pickpockets in this mush. Okay, here comes a new horse, thank goodness. Kids pushing right in front. I can't even move. Even if I wanted to move, I couldn't. It's physically impossible. Cambiano. Feels like I'm in Napoli right now. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that Zorb's at that end. Who have we got this end? Well. Doesn't look like we're moving anytime soon.
Ecco che cambia, guardate adesso.
One super trooper who's just leaving is being replaced by another equally super trooper, who, as we all know, is always on it. Here he is. Ta-da! Next up, after the dismount, try and get a teeny weeny bit closer to a bollard and plonk myself there temporarily. It's the only way to avoid getting pushed and shoved. And even then they still try and push without realising there's a huge piece of metal embedded in the street. I'll leave the camera focused on the box for a second, guys, while I deal with this. That's good now. Pocket's sealed. I can concentrate on what I'm doing for the moment. The thing is, given that most of the tunnel area is completely sealed, I wonder just how bad that squashes in the tunnel. Because people are only being allowed to walk along one passageway today in the tunnel. So it's going to be an even bigger condensed squish than Westminster Bridge. Right, out they come. If people keep pushing me, guys, I'm going to start pushing back. Not my thing, but it's kind of getting to the point of enough. Especially this bro with his fat rucksack. Right, here comes the swarm. The officers have sensibly closed one gate. Look, straight through the box, everybody on their way out. Oh my word, can you hear how many voices, accents, languages are around me right now? It's crazy, like a UN General Assembly meeting. What the flip? Chicos vamos. I think he's got the wrong language. Almost everyone there today is Italian. 95% Italian here in central London, guys, today. Including this lady who's completely bewildered by the size of the crowd. Oh my good lord. If the horse has a meltdown, it's going to be a huge problem. Okay, right, I found a bollard. I'm going to hug it now. Just like climate activists hug trees. I need to keep myself safe, guys, and physically unable to be pushed onto the ground. Oh my. People are having to cut through the box to avoid getting squashed. If the police turn up with horses this morning, I wonder how they're going to get them out of the yard. I mean, I genuinely wonder how they're going to get them out of the yard with this lot here. Look at it. Crazy, no? Not really. I mean, look at this. How many people are there? What the flip is going on? I mean, I've only been here for 10 minutes, but it's just ridiculous. You can't even move. Yeah, very much so, to be fair. Yeah, massively so. It's going to be a very busy weekend, I think. Let's hope so, but it's hard to move around when it's this busy. I mean, like, what on earth?
Is he already here?
He was here yesterday. Haven't seen him yet today. He wasn't here just now, so maybe he'll be back. Yeah. I'm not sure if they're going to be on it, though, interestingly. Okay, out of the square. Okay, so the box has now become it's a good start. Box has become the square, folks. Not Trafalgar Square. Let's not get ourselves confused. This is Horseguards Square. Honestly, folks, I haven't heard this much Italian spoken, even in Italy. But great to see the orderly getting in on the enforcement. We've seen him though a few times. He's absolutely brilliant when it comes to dealing with people in the yard. Now at the other end, the troopers pulled the horse out a little teeny bit to move some of the tourists back. I will cover the other end as well as this end. I'm hoping that once it dies down a bit here and I've got a bit more latitude for movement, it'll be easier to kind of wander around as I typically do. I mean, I certainly hope so.
What?
The only amazing thing is that despite the numbers here, only one person's been told to get out. In other words, they're doing pretty well, all these people. Also looking in the yard, which is rammed, especially around the guard shop. The benefits of being hyper tall. Tall is great, being super tall even better. Who's up next? I'm not sure they could even decide. The tourist that is going on crutches, for goodness sake, trying not to fall into the box. Actually, a couple of familiar faces back with the MOD police, almost like a return to the good old times of last summer, ladies and gents. If every Friday between now and September is going to be like this, I'm going to need meditation classes every Thursday evening. To be honest, most people are actually behaving themselves, aren't they? Look, we're getting very, 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 very few people getting super close. I mean, the troopers pulled the horse just far enough back that he's out of the sunshine. I myself am like a runny yogurt at this point, folks. To keep those liquids up, I guess. I'm starting to understand actually why a lot of people film wearing hoodies. It's not my thing, but I get it. But unlike in previous instances when everybody floods out, people are noticing and are aware of the box and they're respecting it today. And even reading the sign, as you just heard to my right. Curious, no? I mean, good curious. And the MOD have an extra body here as well today, one more than usual. So I guess they were kind of anticipating this. She's like, nope, I'm not going to give you to the horse. This guy's got the right idea, crouching down in fact, unless he rips his shorts open. Little nod to the trooper. Good man. Oh, and he even said thanks. How about that, guys? You often ask or wonder, why do people not show appreciation? You know, respect isn't an easy thing to show, just behave yourself. But appreciation, hey, that takes some effort. That gent, he smashed it. Incredibly rare, actually, to see people saying thank you. Doesn't matter if the trooper hears it.
Pretty cool, huh? There you go.
Goodness me, almost everybody just walking straight past the box because they're just thinking it's not worth bothering with this many people here. And to be honest, they're not entirely wrong. mean, the numbers we had come out the gate a little while ago are the advance party for everybody that was stuck in the palace area waiting for a guard change, which never happened. Now, I don't know, because I haven't been there for a while, whether they put a board out saying, hey, no guard change today, or whether they wait until just beforehand and then the police start shouting out when the crowds have already formed. Either way, it's a disorderly mess. So however bad it gets here, luckily it doesn't quite reach those levels of crowding. Fortunately, or unfortunately, depends which way you look at it, people are not getting themselves into awkward spots this morning. Yeah. I have to shift in a minute because it's simply ridiculously hot at this end. Trooper, remarkably, is icy cold. Couple of horses in the yard, which is a good thing to see. 1 second. Be careful to avoid walking through the corner of the box myself, in all honesty. Actually, wait, we've got a conclave. I wonder if they're going to be deciding on the election of a new senior officer. I was briefly, let me turn it away, its family's coming out. I was briefly thinking we might well have seen a horse or two being brought out and taken into the tunnel area. So I'm going to leave that. Instead, we've got a couple of NCOs, and we've also got... Actually, now everybody's moved. Look at this. That's a lovely sight, folks, is it not? In the yard. 2 pips, lieutenant, I seem to recall. Let's leave them to it. So orderly, corporal of horse, lance corporal of horse, and lieutenant, who is the senior on the ground this morning. But let's leave them to it. Silver to put them on camera, but standing there, leave it in their face is not really polite. Now, they've closed this side. Actually, wait, it's all closed. It's all closed. Look, even the old trooper's like, what is going on? No access to horseguardsparade until the 12th of May. Wow. I mean, in some respects, that's a good thing, no? All the prep for a BBC concert next week. Wow, I'm actually surprised, people, that there are this many people at horseguards, bearing in mind that they all came through the front gate. It is indeed, yeah. You're going to be out and about on Monday, parade day. We hit too many people.
Well, I was evacuated when the war was on.
Yeah, I remember you telling me before.
I was on Cornwall. Here, I talked like that, didn't I, boy? I talked like that.
Yeah. Best spot to be honest, down in Cornwall. One of the safest spots, actually.
That's called Roach.
Stay safe, yeah? Okay, folks, so it's closed at the back. I'm not going to put the camera anywhere near the NCOs right now because they're with family members who are here visiting. Gosh, that's really interesting, actually, the fact that they've completely closed it now until the 12th of May. That's going to be quite a lengthy closure. I don't actually ever remember there being no access at all from the rear into the yard and beyond for such a lengthy period of time. Definitely wasn't that long last year. I don't think it was even that long during the coronation period, in all honesty. Is it Sorbs, ladies and gents? Pretty sure it is. I think actually we probably will see more NCOs and commissioned officers. One of them's having a chat with the old trooper. That's kind of why I thought it better to head off. Now, at this end, we haven't yet had a single incident of this trooper needing to raise his voice, not even once, which in all honesty is something of a pleasant break from how things normally are here. I'm sure we'd all agree. Oh, that's it, he's saving his dad. He's like, don't go in the box. In some respects, I'm kind of happy that it's like that in the yard, because it means for at least the next 2 weeks we don't even need to go in there. Unless, of course, we're going to see people walking into the archway or getting themselves in trouble. Uh-oh, in the box. Oops. I mean, I guess that kind of solves the is he going to enforce it to the T question. Oh, this girl. Behind the white line. In fact, she's almost as tall as the horse. Flipping hell. I do wonder actually how that many people managed to congregate in the yard. Bearing in mind, I assumed that everybody was flooding through the tunnel, waiting for that guard change, but not a single person came from the rear. All from the front. Oh my god, he told her again. She just the same person twice. She, I think, is probably the tallest lady we've ever seen here. She's about 6'2". Oh my, oh my. Be quiet for 1 second, people. Checking one thing. Okay, so yes, oh, somebody's about to walk into me without even realising it. It was actually that was really awkward. I can't move backwards because I've got the bollard behind me, and she's actually pushing on my front. That was super awkward. Actually, interesting enough, there's a very limited network reception here this morning. I wonder if they're suppressing it before next week. Say again? Just like, what the hell is going on there? I mean, to be honest, if I'm surprised that none of the people on the bridge that do actually charge toys for photos work here as well. It makes so much flipping money, no? £5, £10 for a picture.
Even a pound.
Yeah, even easy £1,000 a day. There we go, guys. Business opportunity for any jobbing photographers. Hang around outside horse guards. £1 a day to the tourists. You would make an absolute fortune. And we all know I'm not joking. Plus, I do think a lot of people actually avoid stopping and having pictures here at all, just because there is so much phone theft in central London these days. And this area is not exempt from that phenomenon. In a couple of minutes, guys, we will head to the other end. Reasonably certain it absorbs, but I haven't had a good look at the trooper yet. I honestly cannot see how they're going to have a mounted guard on Monday. Bear in mind, the crowds are likely to be 10 times what they are now, if not more. Then again, it will depend actually. If the police decide to seal this side off and put like a metal barrier ring right across the front of horse guards, possibly it's workable. I wonder how many tourist pictures I've ended up accidentally getting myself into. Probably hundreds. Who's next? Just very careful, lady. It's okay. No, it's okay. Yeah. So of course. Thank you. Oh, it's so cute when the tourist asks if it's okay. I hope she doesn't get shouted at after that. Boyfriend's saying closer. She's like, nope. Now she's in the box. Is it Trooper gonna tell her? Is he? Oh, I think he realizes that she's a good person. Doesn't deserve to be shouted at. Okay, bro there wants to get a picture of the horse's bum in the box. I think, to be honest, a lot of people do like the architectural aspects of a picture through the back of that box. I always joke about them taking pictures of the horse's bum. I mean, come on, tourists, roll up. Where are you all? Oh, here's one. Wow, I mean, that's the most open legged we've ever seen somebody standing for a picture. I think he's going to do the splits.
Tu me dis même que des cloches cheval, c'est bien. Pardon.
Oh my goodness.
Allez, c'est bon.
Is this because you guys are French, yeah?
Yes.
Is this because you guys don't have a royal family? Is that why he's kind of getting down on? That was
You too, guys.
that was actually pretty cute, to be fair. Oh, this bro's really straight. Japanese bro. Oops. Oh, that was super cute. I couldn't understand what his girlfriend was saying because I don't speak Japanese, but I could tell. Super cute, her voice now. Super funny. She was definitely kind of saying to him, like, get away, or like, be careful, something along those lines. The the Frenchy guy on his knee. Another one straight in the box. Oh, goodness me. They're just not focusing, are they, all of a sudden? I don't understand why, actually. Oh, wait, somebody's asking me. Of course. Oh, is that not? Because there's a white line. The best dressed tourist of the day is actually that lady in the yard. Her hair has more colours in it than the rainbow, which is an impressive accomplishment. The Frenchies just went into the yard to go to the palace, but realised it's closed and they've just come back again. Oh, look, she needs somebody else to go over and give her the second half of the heart. He's got a foot in the box. Is that enough? Probably not. So actually, she's a very funny tourist here today. Oh. Whether they look up in disgust, like, how dare you speak to me like that, just because you're on a horse? Why is it though, ladies and gents, that, I mean, I've never really sort of bothered to look through a typical video, but I think we'd all agree that it's a majority of ladies that get told to get out of the box. Why is that? I mean, I don't know why it is, but... Well, let me rephrase that. The majority of people that decide to casually walk into the box happen to be ladies. Is that a fair statement? I don't know, it just always seems like that to me. Oh, this little bro. Just get over here. Oh, goodness me. Troopers sport their lovely picture. That's it, killed the vibe. No, that guy's making that noise. He's trying to get the horse to run off.
Estaba mirando, estaba mirando.
Perché poi non.
Ya ho sé.
Ez du begiratzen ari itxen pizka.
Ara està mirant per l'altre costat, pobra xica.
Join, ez que ez du begiratzen ari.
És que mira quina carrera.
Bai.
¿Sabes?
A ver, Mari, begiratu. Ja.
That's the horse. I was about to say, actually, all the Italians have left. Have been transplanted by large groups of Spanish-speaking tourists. I think this might well be a hairdressing commercial, guys. Get your hair permed at a discount rate here in central London. All groups of 5. 4 perms for the price of 5. Basically keeping a very close eye on things actually through the gate this morning, and I can understand why. One thing we might have noticed is the small kids that do get close get way dangerously too close to the horse. It's a helicopter for, I wonder. Something happening. We're about to hit the ding dong for 1:30 in a minute, folks. I will transplant myself briefly to the other end. I'm glad we caught this little section. There's some very funny and animated people. Oh, another one framing the horse's bum, look. As if that were not interesting enough, we've got a gent wandering into the stable area. I wonder if... Actually, wait, they've hung... hold on, that's interesting. Oh. They've hung the chain across the middle as well. Often they forget to put that back up. Now, while we're in the yard, what is the temperature, folks? Wow, they actually reached 26.8. I would have guessed it was probably close to yesterday. Then again, hottest point of day is what? Roughly in about an hour from now, give or take. So I think we're heading to a similar temperature to yesterday, but just not quite yet. It'll come at some point. Right, so at the other end, let's see what we're going to get here. Which trooper have we got? Wait. Look at this guy wants his picture taken through the fence. Might as well. Kind of unique aspect, I guess. Right, so Zorbs. Just noticed the gantry that's been built with the speaker system in the corner here. I'm not even sure if that was there yesterday or whether it was popped up overnight. I don't think it was there yesterday. Waits for somebody to post in the comments. John, it was there yesterday. Look at your own video. Is it Zorbs? Hard to see from the side. Now, are they going to be as well behaved this end, folks, as at the other end? You know what? I wouldn't like to call it either way, if I'm honest. What is that hill figure dude waiting for? Oh. Now, as I'm pointing the camera forward at what's happening around the horse, you're probably thinking to yourselves, it's pretty quiet here today, you know. This is why the horses are not being bothered. And to a certain extent, you wouldn't be wrong. However, Trooper's looking at the ground at her feet. if I turn the camera somewhat, that is actually what is in front of the trooper. At least, I'm not going to turn the camera all the way because a lot of people film it, but I'd say at least 100 to 150 people, give or take, at this end, and the same if not more at the other end. Okay, this bro's in the box, but not for long. Even the horse is trying to push him. Flipping hell. At least to his credit, he was apologetic. Yikes, that was... what's the word I'm looking for? Dramatic. Been a while since we had one quite that loud, and to be fair folks, we were in exactly the right spot to have captured it, right in front of the camera. Trooper's face, guy's response, and a double apology. How's about that? Oh, somebody's got an eagle. What's that eagle, folks? This fluffy toy. Is it a Canadian eagle? Or is it a sporting eagle? Wow, I mean, I think we've answered the question about whether or not the trooper's going to enforce the box at this end. That was one of the best shouts, in fact, since the Blues were here 3 weeks ago. Outstanding. I like the pose as well, actually, with the sword cross-bodied. Other troopers not holding the sword quite the same way. Actually, look, we've got look at this. Oh, another one told to get out of the box. Not particularly dramatic, but she moved instantly. That's pretty crazy, to be honest, guys. Now obviously everyone's standing right in front of the camera. We'll head in a minute to the other side, so we're facing directly toward the sign. I think that might be the smart option, actually, thinking about it. There's me crisping up like a piece of bacon in this spot. It's actually a pity. It's alright. It's actually a pity, guys, that we were not directly in front when the trooper let loose on that tourist, because it would have been great to have got a picture. Maybe I could pull something decent in terms of a frame from the video. We'll see. I mean, at least now we're kind of decent-ish aspect across the front of the box. Thumbs up for the horse. In fact, they're new recruits. We saw them before. They're just going ahead. We'll be able to see them through the back of the box into the stable area. 2, 3, 4, 5. Peculiar though, this end, despite also being complete in the sunshine like the other end, it's a couple of degrees cooler here. I can feel it immediately. Either that or I've convinced myself it is. That tap-tap banging noise is not the horse's hooves. They're doing construction work at the end of the tunnel. And the old trooper, bless him, is actually, again, doing fine work, telling the tourists that the tunnel is closed, and as such they can't exit the yard. So he's saving them getting stuck and basically going nowhere. To be honest, that's probably the ideal thing for him, because he's in the shade, bless him. For whatever reason, he hasn't got his hat today. No head covering. Way too hot to be out as a fair-skinned Brit without a head covering. Okay, who's next?
Ahí, perfecto.
Let's go.
Venga, Isabel. Isabel.
María.
There's not much danger of anyone doing anything wrong on the right-hand side because they're being told where to stand by their tour group leader. Actually, they've just heaved the gate open, one of the gates open. In fact, that's interesting. Wait. I'm still not sure whether that equals access because there seem to be tourists heading in. Oh, actually, wait, you are able to get up. That's interesting. No access to horseguardsparade until the 12th of May, except there is access to horseguardsparade now. They've just reopened it. Very curious. I mean, again, we've never seen it this effectively closed, folks, but let's have a walk through. Because at some point soon, they might well decide that they are going to completely close it and there'll be no through traffic. Look at this, the red carpet has already been laid. Wow. Oh my goodness me. What the? Look at this. Feels like arriving at the zoo and just looking through the bars. Okay, so what they've done is sensibly included a passage toward the museum because obviously it would mean that the museum would be inaccessible until the 12th. So there's the museum, everybody. Household Cavalry Museum entrance right there. And an absolute massive amount of kit. I think this guy in the high-vis is going to think I'm an auditor. Oops, I'm going to get myself in trouble now. Why are you filming? You're not allowed to film here, etc. Yeah, please don't. God, please don't tell me off, folks. It's about to turn into the first ever auditing video. Where's he gone? Okay, so obviously extremely impressive amount of work going on building the main stage. It's way bigger than I thought it would be. It's absolutely massive. What an extraordinary thing. And they've even got VE Day toilets. Look at that. They've actually got plugs. Wow. This is going to be, and I don't mean it in any disrespectful way, way more impressive than the summer season spectaculars. Gosh, how jealous am I of everybody that's going to be attending. It's going to be spectacular, especially if it's a nice warm evening. Okay, so now we know, folks. So no access to horseguardsparade other than to go to the museum. Fair enough, I guess. That certainly explains why nobody's going to be arriving here via the Mall or the Palace. At least not anytime soon. Kind of unsure about which end is better, in fact, as we go back to the front. Also, looking at the time, we haven't actually got very much left, which is shocking. Shocking how fast it went by, that's for sure. Oh, I'm thinking she might have been an ex-ballerina. See that? She almost pirouetted herself out of the box. I'm wondering if it's a protest of some kind. Another pair that are told to get behind the line. Gosh. I mean, the lifeguards are doing outstanding work, are they not, people? Not just today, but I mean, they've been on it for the best part of the last 10 days. Kind of stuck in the middle of somebody taking pictures. Wait, hold on, let's move the camera over them, that's better. See the model getting pictures and making silly poses. Quite funny, to be honest. Doesn't give us the opportunity very often, folks, but remember the crying gunner video that I've referred to before, and the spammer that published that footage? There she is. In today's video. How's about that? Keep that for future reference. Yeah, we'll keep that for future reference. After all, that's the only person that published footage that led to somebody leaving the army. Everybody's straight in front of the camera right now. Oh, it's okay. Oh, horseguards dating, guys. This is episode 1. They're a good match, no? Bro, don't worry about the lady behind you with the kid. Wait, it looks like they're reshooting the Swiss Family Robinson here with this guy. Okay, this is interesting. The new recruits are getting instructed on the boxes and what is and isn't possible here. Again, we're not going to go too close. They are HCAV. They are on duty. So folks, new lads we're going to be seeing here very soon in the boxes at Horseguards. Good thing to see, no? New blood, new recruits. They're going to be like really on it. I'm sure they will be. Now, annoyingly, and I do mean that in all sincerity, we are perilously close to the end. There might be a part 2. I'm still kind of debating it, in all honesty. Given that the back is closed, it's very unlikely we're going to get the surges we were seeing earlier in the week. So I will decide. This might well be our last tourist, this girl or someone else. Last 1, 2, 3 tourists, folks. It's always nice to finish with somebody getting shouted at, but I don't think we're going to be that lucky today, alas. Not going to quit. Damn, this is really getting annoying. I'm going to have to try and think of a way to not wear a backpack, because half the time people are catching it accidentally, and it's a very small backpack and sort of pulling me sideways. The image sometimes jerks one way or another. That's the reason it happens, everyone. Yeah, happens pretty quick as well. Anyway, we're at the end, ladies and gents. I think what are we at? Actually, we're very close to it. I don't think, looking around at both ends, I don't think it's going to be completely insanely mind-bogglingly packed again this afternoon. But tomorrow, oh, yeah, that's when it's going to start. 3 days of absolute madness. Which yours truly will try his best, as always, guys, to cover as thoroughly as possible. Yeah, the police are moving around a lot today. I wonder if that protest is imminent. I can't. There's no police on the road opposite. No cars scattered around, so I'm not entirely convinced actually that there will be something major here today. So on that note, this one will be our last tourist walk-on part. Actually, maybe this lady. Every time I say that, it's when people actually do start coming over. So they're kind of like, oh, let's get over quick, otherwise we're not going to be in the video. People were out of time. And almost out of tourists. She was the last one. Back soon, people. Bye for now.